Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gears at the Simracing podcast. Been a while that we don't talk about Simracing news, but yeah, today will not be the best way. But we are back, been an operation, changing houses, changing jobs, a lot of things happening on live. As you can see, new scenario on the back, everything is getting there. I hope so. But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't be able to record some Simracing news, and we put a little bit the podcast in a hole, but still delivering the guests. Talking about guests, this month we're gonna have Felipe Albuquerque, next week a really great episode that I think that you want to have a look on it. And of course, we're gonna have Jude Peters, that a young driver with a lot of experience, to talk us about how to transition from sim racing to motorsport. But let's talking about the news. We could start with F1 eSport. Nah. 100% we're not going to talk about F1 eSport. Season 3 on iRacing is here. Ford Mustang looks beautiful. People say is radical, is enjoyable. Corvette, boring. But of course, this is subject to opinions. Automobilista 2 is dropping new content with Audi. I'm really excited because I love classic cars, and I think Automobilista is one of the best. The engine with the Madness engine works very well there, and is content that I quite enjoy it. Gran Turismo dropped a little bit of a classic car that the people was happy, but unhappy because, according with a lot of people, was already on the plans. Le Mans Ultimate is dropping a new car. The BMW is dropping new skins of this season, the 2024, and setups with Coach David will be a thing inside of the game. That's something that no game was doing, and no coaching setups was doing it. So quite happy with that. I think Coach David is changing once again the sim racing industry. And talking about changing sim racing industry, gonna be the two news that we're gonna talk today: Corsair and of course Traxion. Corsair being announced that will try to acquire Fanatec. You know about it, 25 million, a lot of blah blah blah. But they drop a sim rig. Yes, sim rig looks nothing ordinary. Yes, it's true, similar like always, but with a twist. And is that where I always say everyone was a little bit unhappy with the Corsair trying to acquire Fanatec, RGBs, and all the blah, 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 that sim racing people do. But no, I think Corsair will go as they do with Elgato: clean, simple, and workable. That show. You can see that they have a lot of ways to cable management, ways to interaction. You can push the pedals very easy to your knees. You can push the way that work open to other sources, like an open source sim rig. So it's really exciting, and I'm really happy to see in which way will work, on which way will not work. I hope they're gonna be on Sim Racing Expo, because this year is promising to be one of the best years. Over 45 stands. I think this is a year of sim racing, celebrating over the 10 years. So I'm really happy with that, and if Corsair gonna be there, are gonna be enjoyable. One key feature is Fanatec appear on the video. So will they still acquire Fanatec or not? I'll leave it to you in the comments. But yeah, the news of this week have to be the return of Traxion. We know that they been made redundant on last year, and November was really sad because 3 core members that I really enjoy, Ross McGregor, John Morrow, Thomas Harrison Ford, they always are really great guys, all of them with their own perks that work beautiful as a team. I know that they make redundant, they went away with the feeling of not finish the job. So this is great news. It's great news because I think they are one of the best in terms of deliver content. Tom, on his part, Thomas is delivering one of the best writing in sim racing. John Morrow, in terms of voiceover interaction with the camera, when he have the perfect set camera, perfect microphone, that man is unbeatable. And of course, Ross is one of the best editors. But let's see what happened to them. November, motorsport games make them redundant, everything with chaos. Thomas went to Overtake. That change was clear, a big win for Overtake. In terms of their online review system, online rating system, you see the changes straight away. Everything was clear, everything was precise, a lot of content been dropping day by day. I think Tom was putting like probably 3 to 4 reviews or 3 to 4 tasks a day, so it was a lot of content, not the same that we will see with Overtake. I know that Overtake every revamp, I think that was already on the plan, and that looks more clean, looks better, but in terms of Overtake and Traxion, they are different ways inside of sim racing, but I prefer a little bit more the way that Traxion, not taking away what Overtake do, because Overtake do a beautiful job, but my heart go a little bit to Traxion. In terms of John Moore, we know he came to the podcast, he talked about what will be 2024, but after that he went to work with Race Anywhere. Thanks God, because John is John. And we can see that the camera there was not the best camera. We can see that the microphone, it was my microphone, probably was not the best microphone. But yeah, John was delivering the best content. Once again, the voiceover, the way that he edited was John. And, Race Anywhere had a lot to win with that. And I'm really happy to see that. And of course, Ross McGregor, he was still working as a freelancer for Autosport magazine, I presume. I think he worked with Kiret. I'm not sure if he was working 100%, but his name appeared there, and of course, he's glad to see him back where he was. In terms of Traxion, as I say, they are one of the hottest EPs, even after being redundant. Social media was always, even after close, was always receiving likes. Being on Twitter, being on Instagram, TikTok, their YouTube account probably 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers. So for a redundant IP, that's amazing. So let's see what happened. 1st of May, Gridfinder is acquiring Traxion for £250,000. I don't know if that 250,000 came from Gridfinder direct to Traxion or come from Rafa when they was making the acquisition. From what I saw on Twitter or on LinkedIn that Tom writes something, I presume that was already on the plan of him when Rafa went to acquire Gridfinder, so I presume that 1 million will probably 1% that 250 went for this buyout. Great for them, great marketing. I think they have to win with that because, like I say, he's one of the hottest, if not a part of Super GT, Jimmy Broadbent, the hottest IP available on the market now. In terms of evolution for them, I'm a little bit skeptic. I don't know if Gridfinder will work in some ways and affect the way the Traxion work. If not, I will assume that Gridfinder will be just about leaks, Traxion will be about news and what's happening, and Rafa will be about partnerships and everything. There you see that Gridfinder now make a partnership with IMSA Esports, so they're going to create some leagues for iRacing. That's great, and I will assume that with Rafa they have a lot to win, because you see that Rafa already have liveries with Gridfinder, they're going to have liveries with Traxion 100% all over the America racing circuits. So for them, is a easy marketing, is a easy way, is a win-win. In terms of podcast, is where I get a little bit cold feet because I know that some of my subscribers probably will listen both of the podcasts and I will lose a little bit of market share. But that is good, because if they do good, I have to do better. As normally we say, you need to evolve. So that is positive. 2 different podcasts, completely different. So in one way, I want curious how we're gonna work. If Gridfinder will take Sim Sundays and they will start deliver Sim Sundays with a team of Traxion, that's probably gonna work very well, because I think in terms of viewership, the podcast was not working so well for Gridfinder. They was keep doing it, but the numbers was never numbers that will be wow. In terms of Traxion, they always have very big numbers in terms of podcast principle, because they have already 85,000 subscribers on YouTube. That helps to bring a little bit more, not comparing, for example, with me, where I have 800 subscribers. The videos are always over that number, but we need to fight. So it's a little bit different levels, different types of conversations. We focus more on sim racing news. We focus more in talking with drivers and their experience. They focus more talking with devs, talking with what's happening inside of the community of sim racing. So 2 different points. I think they will fight more with Apex. I think Apex podcast is a little bit more about news and what both of them do it. One have guests, one don't have guests, so let's see how pending on that way, but I'm quite excited for them. And of course I'm excited for Thomas. Thomas is one of the best guys in writing, is one of the best developing what they do. John, like I say, keep saying, one of the best voiceovers, one of the best in front of the camera. With the perfect camera, John is 100% unbeatable. And of course, Ross is a hell of an editor. So the core is back. I think they keep 4 persons. I don't know which one is the 4th number, but the 3 main ones are there. I will presume they will work in Newcastle. I will assume. I don't know how we're gonna work or how will not work. Let's see how that panned out. I'm quite excited to see how they're gonna work. But yeah, last week they come back. Tom has been dropping content non-stop. We didn't saw yet anything on YouTube, but I will assume that as soon as the systems are working, probably John will be doing and dropping something, and let's see what's gonna happen with Ross. What have to win? A lot of people was a little bit why Traxion is back, what's gonna bring. I think everything. In terms of reviews, they are very concise. They know what they're talking. In terms of tests, I think everyone loves to hear them. So Simracing just have to win with them coming back. A lot of great content creators are enjoying the coming back. So let's see what pending from them. The only thing that I want to see is the way that Grid Finder will affect or not affect Traxion. I keep seeing that everything looks the same. Everything looks the way that we used to be. So for me, it's positive. Remember, if you like the podcast and like our content, to subscribe the channel, been audio, been wherever, you know, drop the like, drop a comment, let me know what you think about Corsair, let me know what you think about Traxion. But yeah, this today was very simple, just to get back to see how pending the scenario. I think I need to change a little bit the back one. The light is too strong in the back, probably you guys cannot see because everything goes a little bit too dark. Need to put some lights on the back, counterbalance a little bit what happened there and what not happened there. But yeah, I'm happy with the camera here, I'm happy with everything, Simracing there. So let's start to develop more content, and you know, see you next week to talk with Philippe Albuquerque with everything about Simracing and why he loves it and why he hates Simracing. See you guys.